Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon White. So, in the last part, we essentially had us another round of battles with the Richest family, and I did some more off-screen training at the big stadium in Small Court. And now, I am recording this video on a brand new day, so that means it's time for another round against them. It's time for, once again, another round with the Richest family, and more training at the big stadium in Small Court again. Now, as you saw, as you'll see here, every single one of my teammates has now reached level 70. So I feel like it should be soon enough that I will be getting to not only the rematches against the Elite Four, and also we finally get to battle against Alder. So yeah, it is definitely going to be very soon. Yeah, but I'll probably get to that after we're done with this next round of battles again. Yeah, but anyways, hello Richest family, let's go again. And there we go. Down and out for you once again. You are as strong as usual. But I wonder what will happen next time. Yeah, the next time will be the same. The same also goes for you two. Oh, do you have confidence in winning winning against me? Well, we defeated you previously, so I want to say, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but anyways, since we're fighting you again, and since this is our second time seeing her Bronzor, I may as well go over Bronzor's appearances within the anime. Now, Bronzor, during the Sinnoh anime, yeah, it didn't get that many appearances. Yeah, we only saw Bronzor only like 4 times during the entirety of the Sinnoh anime episodes. And then we saw another Bronzor during the Zoroark movie. And then, oh yeah, that's right, we did see one during the Darkrai movie as well. But then Bronzor essentially went completely absent from the anime until the Arceus Chronicles. Yeah, we finally got to see Bronzor again during the friggin' Arceus Chronicles. But that was really the only major appearance of Bronzor that we got during the entirety of Journeys. But then, when we got Horizons, Bronzor actually started making several appearances again. Now, one of them being the guy who had not only Bronzor, but he also had Bronzong, Lampent, and a Honedge. And also a fungus as well. So yeah, really, why do you have to make Bronzor just completely absent for so long until not only Arceus Chronicles, but also Horizons, for it to finally show up again? Really, guys? Why? But anyways, now for this guy that we're facing, now he actually starts off with a Shuckle. Now, as you can see, Shuckle here actually has a brand new sprite, where where the only parts of his body you really get to move are its body parts. Well, not so much for the actual shell itself. But anyways, now he has Lickilicky. Yeah, sorry once again, I just had to do that. But anyways, now Lickilicky here, he essentially has the same sprite that he got from Diamond. He essentially has the same sprite that he got from Diamond from Diamond and Pearl. But with Lickilicky's animation, yeah, as you saw it there, yeah, Lickilicky really likes to show off that its tongue is no longer than, yeah, this is essentially where we actually get to show off that Lickilicky's tongue is more longer than Lickitongue's. Yeah, Lickilicky showing off its tongue was definitely more apparent within the anime, which doesn't show up but too often within the games themselves. Yeah, so this is only one of the few times that we ever really, during the games, we ever get to see Lickitongue's tongue, you know, be more longer and whatnot. But anyways, now he also has a Politoed. But anyways, as you can see, Politoed here also has a brand new sprite. And also, Politoed, Politoed, considering that he's a frog, yeah, he really likes to show off. Politoed really likes to show off his jumping skills. Yeah, but except for the fact that he doesn't jump too high, but he does jump relatively high, considering that, of course, since he is a frog after all. But anyways, with that said, yeah, that is the richest family finished off once again. That is until the next day when we're gonna face off against them again. Okay, now on to the other stuff that I usually do during daily. Okay, now let's see who's swarming this time, and it's really. Well, it is Yama, which I could go for, but like I said before, yes, since we've already encountered Yama before, yeah, I feel like at this point, since I'm done with getting into Pokemon. Aside from the fossils anyway. Yeah, that's why I'm not really gonna bother going after the swarm Pokemon, unless if they're Pokemon that we've not met yet. Yeah, I feel like that's the only way that I'm really gonna be showing them off. I'm really gonna be showing them off at this point. But anyways, once again, back to Twist Mountain. Now we shall see if we're gonna get either Cranidos, Almanite, or Anorith again. Or is it gonna be an actual new one this time? All Armor Fossil, there we go! Finally, another new one. Alright, and you know what that means. It's time for us, once again, to go back to Nakreen City. And now we got ourselves Shieldon! Now, as for Shieldon, now I believe the sprite of Shieldon is the same one from Diamond and Pearl, I believe. But with Shieldon's animation, yeah, you saw there? Yeah, Shieldon really wants to act like it really wants to headbutt, exactly like a Cranidos does. Yeah, essentially, considering that Cranidos and Shieldon are essentially the attacker and the defensive Pokemon, but Shieldon and Bastiodon can still attack with their shield-like faces. Yeah, but anyways, and with that, now the only fossils that I really have to get now are Kabuto, Aerodactyl, and Laleep. Those guys are the only ones left now. But I'm pretty sure I'm probably not gonna get all of them by the end of this playthrough. But we shall see. What happens. Okay, now let's see who's here this time. Oh, I don't think I faced off against that gentleman. Oh wait, you're that same backpacker we fought against just freaking recently. Yeah, we faced off against him before. Yeah, now he was the guy with the Zangoose. Man, we're already faced off against him already. Jeez, that was quick. But anyways, now for this gentleman, he actually has a Slowking. Now, Slowking here. Now, his sprite is essentially the same as its Heart Gold and Soul Silver one. It's just that Slowking doesn't have its right arm extended out, where he doesn't exactly point at you like he does like he does in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Instead, he just acts like so casually. Yay! But instead, this time, Slowking just acts so casually in this one. Yeah, he's like, are you gonna attack me or what? Yeah, and if you're not gonna do so, I think I'm just gonna be staying put here if you don't mind. But anyway, Slowking, you just get your ass out of here. Anyways, there we go. You're done. Yeah, the game is over indeed. Oh yeah, and I think the item that he gets from you. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, and yeah, a nugget. So essentially, we have a gentleman that gives you a nugget, which I am most likely am gonna sell to that other gentleman back in Icera City. So we are essentially getting and selling the same item to essentially in the same trainer class. Yeah, isn't that something? But anyways, yeah, the backpacker and the chef we've already fought against before, so we may as well go over their Pokemon. First off, Zangoose again. Yeah, it's only been like the last war since we last saw Zangoose. But anyway, Zangoose. Now, Zangoose to this day still doesn't make that many appearances in the anime. Now, Zangoose. Now even after Holland, where it showed up at least a few times, and it definitely showed up a few times during Sinnoh. Yeah, most likely due to a Chimchar's fear, essentially because of Chimchar's fear to Zangoose, or Chimchar's fear of Zangoose. And then, during the Black and White anime, we did see Zangoose we definitely saw Zangoose at least once during the Black and White anime. Yeah, definitely the one that was utilized by Team Plasma, where it was the only time in the series where we see a Zangoose and a Survivor, even though there are supposed to be natural enemies, actually working together. Yeah. But anyways, but then after that, Zangoose stopped making appearances in the anime until Journeys, where we saw Zangoose at least twice. We saw Zangoose at least twice in Journeys, and then we did see and Zangoose did make another appearance, and Zangoose has appeared at least once during Horizons. Yeah. But then, as for Torkoal, yeah, after Ash's Torkoal, yeah, Torkoal still hasn't made that many appearances in anime still. Now, Torkoal's only made one appearance in Kalos. And it has made a few appearances in the Alola series. And then Torkoal did make several appearances in Journeys. But once again, that was due to the fact that it was really Ash's Torkoal. Well, aside from the one that was utilized, aside from that one episode where it featured every single turtle Pokemon, yeah. But anyways, then as for Miltank, yeah, Miltank, yeah, even to this day, still hasn't made that many appearances. Yeah, it has made only like several appearances in Johto, only like one appearance during the Hoenn anime. It has made at least two appearances in Sinnoh. It has made one appearance during the Unify anime. And then, Miltank definitely made several appearances in the Alola anime, considering we definitely saw a few Miltanks at Kiyomi's farm. So yeah. But then after that, it didn't make any appearances in Journeys, but it has made at least but it has made one appearance in Horizon so far. But anyways, now from this guy that we're facing, actually has a Venonat. And as you'll see, now Venonat here also has Venonat here actually has a brand new sprite as well. Yeah. Yeah. It just really likes to look at you dead straight on with those eyes of his. And now I believe, if my memory is correct, now with the third Pokemon he has, I get the feeling that he has the Pokemon that I really wanted to show its animation for quite a while actually. Yeah, and it's one that I mentioned before. Yeah, back when we were going through the grass in that upper portion of the Dream Yard. Yeah, for those of you who recall that, yeah, might know which Pokemon that I am talking about. And yep, here it is, Venomoth. Now, I just want you to witness freaking Venomoth's animation. Yeah, just look at it. Yeah, look at it go! Yeah, just freaking look at it go, man. I have never seen Venomoth flap its wings so quickly like that. But anyways, everyone. Now as you saw from that Venomoth, yeah, I want to say, now it is essentially the same. Now I want to say, just like with Glameow, I just want to say it is essentially the same sprite that it got from Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, it's sort of similar to Voltorb's and Glameow sprites, where they sort of look identical, but with Venomoth is more so that his one has just been a flipped it's just been a full lipped over. Yeah. But anyways, as everyone, now let's continue on from the anime appearances with Raticate. Now, Raticate has definitely made quite a few appearances all throughout the years. Now, yeah, especially during the early days. Now, but then Raticate, I want to say around Hoenn and Sinnoh, where Raticate didn't make as many appearances as it did. But then it was until, of course, the Alola series gave us the Alolan and gave us the Alolan Raticate. So yeah, that was when Raticate started making more appearances again. And Raticate got to be even more episodes when it came to Journeys. Now, some of them was the Raticate that was the one that Go got. And Raticate in Horizons has only made 2 appearances so far. And since we're going back to the same woman who has the first stage rodents again, now I guess we'll go over them again. Now, we've already talked about Rattata and Sentret. Now, maybe we'll go over Zigzagoon. Now Zigzagoon has, even to the more recent years, has definitely made several appearances, but where it definitely got plenty of screen time during the Kalos anime, and while it didn't get any appearances during the Alola anime, it definitely went back to making several appearances in Journeys. One of which was the one that was utilized by the Team Rocket Surprise Master. And it has not made a single appearance in Horizons yet. And then as for a Bidoof, where just like with Zigzagoon, definitely made after Sinnoh, it definitely made several appearances in Kalos. Yeah, but I think I'll talk about Bidoof later. Or not. because it's time for more, off-screen training. And so, until next one, I'll see you guys next time.